Hi, I'm Ellen Nodine, and I am the Director of Programs and Training at the Center for Public Interest Communications at the University of Florida. We're located inside the College of Journalism and Communications, but we are our own center and we are self-funded. Public interest communications, if you're not familiar with it, it is different than public relations. The definition is that public interest communications takes a science-driven approach to strategic communications that results in lasting change on any issue that transcends the interest of any single organization and advances our greater good. The important thing with this definition, I think, first is that we take a science-driven approach to everything we teach. So everything we teach is rooted in behavioral, cognitive, and the social sciences. What uniquely also separates us from public relations is that we work on issues that transcend the interest of any single person or organization. I think scientists appreciate knowing that anything we teach them about how to create communication strategy, crafting a message, or the actual tactics of getting the message in front of the right audience, or when they're creating calls to action. Everything we teach has all been rooted in the best of what the social sciences tells us about the human behavior and thought. Our faculty at the center train scientists and scholars at our university, but we also work with organizations outside of the university. We've worked with the National Institute of Food and Agriculture, the EPA, state health departments, and others. We conduct face-to-face trainings as well as online workshops. Each of them have their specific learning objectives, and we work with our partners to help them better achieve their specific goals. What we've done at the center is develop several different frameworks that help communicators build robust, hyper-focused communication strategies, and then apply skills that are all based on these actionable frameworks. You can check out our poster for a list of some of the frameworks that we've developed and that we teach. We begin all of our trainings by helping science communicators craft a message to achieve a specific purpose. We spend time teaching them how to apply a strategy to help them discover the specific behavior they're trying to achieve in their identified audience. The strategy also helps them identify a hyper-focused communication goal. From this, they learn to develop a message that will potentially change the audience beliefs or their feelings or their attitudes, whatever it is at the goal they've set out. Are they trying to get support for a new grant? Are they trying to increase vaccination uptake in a specific community? We also teach about the science of story, what makes a story resonate with a specific audience. How can we use story to explain data and prevent potential bias and misunderstanding? When we're building our frameworks, we conduct an extensive interdisciplinary literature review. We look at what science tells us, and then from that, we sometimes go into what we call a living literature review, which is a methodology that we developed here at the center. What we do there is we get together the top scholars in this field, and we, depending on what the issue is, and we bring them together and we'll do sort of a round robin, looking at the issue from different sides. And from that, we come up with an actionable framework that the science communicators and practitioners can use in the field. So for example, we did a living lit review for our science of story building. We were trying to understand what makes one story better than another. We know stories are powerful and we are literally wired for story, but what makes one better than the other? So we asked two questions. How can we use the research that we know that teaches our brain works to tell stories that are more compelling, more memorable, inspiring, and likely to be retold and reshared? We also asked, how do we identify stories that are likely to have meaning to those who we are trying to connect with? So as the scholars moved around from room to room in this sort of round robin fashion, and they were tossing around these questions, looking at it from the angle of their specific expertise and field, we looked for themes across that. And from that, we built these frameworks. And that's how we came up with our science of story building. And we've done this for some from our other frameworks as well. We always conduct post-workshop surveys and evaluations and consistently have scores of excellent. And I think, again, that there's a deep appreciation from our participants when they know that the decisions they make and the messages they develop will be rooted in evidence and what the best of science tells us. So that's it. If you've got any questions, please come by our booth. We'll be pleased to talk to you. We look forward to meeting you and learning more about your work as well. Thank you.